Okay, that's it, everybody. Welcome. It helps if I activate my own camera, doesn't it? Awesome. All right. I actually don't know how this is sounding. I got a brand new microphone about 12 minutes ago, which is why I am a little bit late. I was hooking it up desperately and as quickly as humanly possible. So um, I don't know. For those of you that have heard this before, let me know if it sounds better, sounds worse, sounds the same. I just have no idea because I haven't had time to check it out yet. All right. Well, what we've got here is we got about 50 minutes, about 45 minutes to get through as much of this stuff as possible. This is the pre-game show. And after this, I'm going to be going over to Andrew at Legal Mindset for the pre-game show. And then I'll be watching along with the rest of us. I just kind of want to get into what happened yesterday. The wrap up of the cross examination and the redirect was disastrous for Amber Heard as far as I'm concerned. I think it wasn't as tight and it wasn't as good as the first day, but it was still, I think, completely devastating to her arguments and devastating to her cases. And I mean, not just in the legal sense, but also in the court of public opinion. And that's kind of where I want to kick this thing off. First of all, I want to say welcome to all of you that are here. I'm glad to see all of you. We'll be getting. I'm not going to pull up a lot of the quotes. I'll just read them. So I assume we're all reading the quotes together. And just as a time-saving measure, I'll just kind of comment on them as I see them while we race through as much of this video as we possibly can over the next 45 minutes or so. I'm glad you're all here. Do the like, do the subscribe thing, tell your friends. Let's keep this thing going and let's do as much as we can. Without any further ado, let's kick this bad thing off here. Where I want to start with is this audio that was played during the cross-examination. It was brutal. It was brutal. I mean, Amber Heard was evil. I mean, if we thought she was evil before, some of the shit she was doing when this was going on was just absolutely awful. It's about a 10-minute audio, if I recall correctly. And they set up the background with what's going on in the question and answer. So let's just kind of jump straight into what we're doing here. And we'll comment as necessary. There's a few sidebars where we can take some extra time to make some comments. But let's go.
Jack is Mr. Depp's son, right?
That is correct. And I believe I was referencing a marriage that his ex-partner was going to have or getting into, I suppose.
You were referencing that Jack's new stepfather would teach him how to be a man because Mr. Depp couldn't.
I don't recall exactly what I said, but it was something to that effect.
Let's listen to.
She recalls exactly what you said.
To Mr. Depp. If we could please play Plaintiff's Exhibit 397, which is already in evidence. And for the record, it's at 3504.
This video, she just comes across as absolutely cray. She sounds like she's completely off her damn rocker. The audio starts out a bit low, and then it'll pick up in volume in a minute. And while it's doing that, I'm going to be pouring my first legal vice of the evening, which is Michter's bourbon this evening.
Everything's fine, so it doesn't go your way. And when it doesn't go your way, I'm in trouble. And you know what? I don't need you. I don't want your kind of woman. I don't want your kind of woman. I don't want your kind of woman.
Listen to her. My God, listen to her. She's like, I don't want a woman like you. I don't need a woman. He's being calm, and she's in the background going, suck my dick. Suck my dick. And he's like, well, suck your own dicks. And there's a lot of dick sucking they're talking about here. But for her just to sit there and egg him on and just, suck my dick. Suck my dick. Listen to Johnny. This is a man who's had enough. This is a man who's done. He wants out. There's nothing left to say, nothing left to do. And she's continuing to egg him on, and won't let him leave.
my habits. So my dick was used.
Mistake. I wish I had fucking had him.
Oh, yeah,
I wish I fucking had him. I wish I fucking hadn't bought into any of your fucking lies, your bullshit.
I forgot about that part. That
fucking
hurt.
Presence, your fucking goodness, your sweetness, all the lies. I wish I hadn't bought into the months of you being you. I wish I hadn't bought into the promises. I wish I hadn't fucking thought I could have kids with you. You're a fucking kid yourself. I wish I hadn't bought into any of the lies you sold. Talk about fake bill of goods. You're the biggest fucking, you're the biggest fucking seller of fake fucking bill of goods. Talk about presenting yourself as
I
something
did
you're
myself
not.
as a fake.
Suck my dick.
Goods.
Suck my
I
dick.
fucking you've left nothing and I've left everything. So suck your dick,
Go on.
which is probably your next move.
I like that. Suck your dick, which is probably your next move. I mean, listen to this woman. He's trying to get out of the situation. He's trying to I mean, anyone that can listen to this and think that he was the instigator of this, and she explains why. She explains all of this away by saying he was trying to get in the room or trying to get in the door, and it's just stupid. But God, what a horrible, vicious woman.
No, I don't want to suck your dick. I don't want nothing to do with your
Oh,
fucking
what
midsection.
do you need something?
Welcome, Deja.
Go get it, man.
What do you need something? Go on. Fucking fuck yourself. No shit, I don't.
Look at his expression.
Suck your dick.
I don't want to.
This is painful for him.
No, it's not really true, Amber.
Actually, have it.
Kind of is. What some of it you know?
Not
Oh, is it? What is it?
No, I'm sure Rochelle.
Deja, does H have a strap on? No, she probably has it.
Maybe he is.
This derisive, mocking laughter. That she is trying. I'm fully convinced she is trying. She knows they're on tape, and she's trying to egg him on to the point where he just hauls off and decks her. She is trying to instigate him into hitting her, so she'll have something on tape. That's what I'm convinced about this. I mean, just listen to that derisive, dehumanizing laughter. Ugh.
I'm sure she is.
Let's see.
I'm sure she is.
I'll let you know.
Oh, I'm sure she is. For her yoga blog.
Laughing at him like that.
That fake laugh is too much to take.
No, I'm sure she's.
That fake laugh is so disgusting.
I'm
man.
sure she's great. I'm sure she's great.
I'm thinking that you can give me some
No.
of the best performances in
No,
there.
no, you're right. I know. It's all about
Even if she's drunk
Right.
or high on something now, this maniacal laughter is out of control.
Oh, come on.
Don't
Be
regret.
good.
I
Come
don't
on.
regret.
Lay on me. What else? What else other things do you want to add?
Can't talk to
You
me,
fucking
sound
lying piece of
positive.
shit. What? Oh,
Like
no,
a
I
kid's
want to know.
This was painful to
Yeah,
watch.
you Uber's
I'm
out.
gonna wait.
Imagine how it's like for him to relive this.
Yeah, I'll be in the
Wait, is there no other place for you to run in your 15 other houses? To go?
She's mocking him. There's no other place for you to run to. Your 15 other houses. Big pussy, you can't stick around, can't fight with me. God, what a horrible woman. Vija says she's like that crazy woman in Play Misty for me.
Go run. Come on, go be a real married man. Go deal with your shit the way that a man does. Go run to the next house. Every man does.
Yeah.
Go.
Go on,
Run
go.
away. I know it's
With
hard to
your
look at yourself.
fucking ridiculous
I know.
plan.
It's
Your
hard.
panic fucking plan.
It's hard.
And she's testifying the whole time she's the one trying to run away.
You're right. I tried.
He's trying to get away, and she's deriding him, laughing, and calling him a pussy for running away.
And you got
That's not a
everybody
sane
out
woman
here
laugh there.
almost full, but
That's a
you don't
fucked up
have-
person's
You're
laugh.
right.
I've been
I'm
here a lot
sorry.
longer
You're
than
right. You gotta
because
figure it out.
You don't have figure out what you have to offer as opposed to going out and get your tits out.
You're right. That's right.
I like what he said. Figure out what you have to offer rather than running around with your tits out.
You're right. You're right.
Excellent choice.
Back to that. Well, I wonder what we else. I wonder what else we can reach for in the last 6 years.
That's a
Oh,
painful
no.
expression on
It
his
is
face.
for you.
Occasionally he has
You're
like
right.
these little
Yeah,
smirks, like
it's
smiling through the pain, but this is got to be amazingly uncomfortable for him.
No, I'm not laughing.
No, matter of fact,
I'm
laugh
not
here.
laughing. I'm not.
Oh.
It's serious. I'm sure you can find that.
Yeah, Deja, that's what she's egging him on. She wants him to hit her.
I know. And stripping. Well, there's always that. You can
You're
always
right.
go
You
back
can
to
write
that.
a book.
For
You can
another-
write a
for
book.
another-
Like I was just, you can always go back to stripping. I'm assuming that she was a stripper before this, although I don't remember, but it doesn't really matter. I have friends that do it too. It's just, I mean, yeah, a little low blows on each side, but her derisive, maniacal laughter. Yes, VJ, she doesn't sound mentally stable. No, she sounds completely freaking unhinged, whether or not she's drunk. I mean, this doesn't even sound like a drunk person laughing. Legal-minded friend Karen Cole says, I'm a UKGB lawyer. Will tell our clients not to look at X on the stand. Yeah, why would you? Why would you look at your X on the stand? I think it's a great tactic.
I know you can write a book. Oh, is this gonna be
Well, now
good
she's
for book?
ridiculed for wanting to write books.
Oh, should I be an idiot for your book?
You don't even
Your
make-
book.
you're not
Is this
gonna-
gonna be good for your book?
you won't even
Is
make
this
it
gonna be
in
good
there.
for your book?
I'll write what
Hey,
I want. I'll write
I have a
what
good
I want.
idea.
I'll write what
How
I
about you
want.
sell more of your journals? You don't want to sell out or anything. Let's sell you journals. Oh, wait.
Hey,
Hey,
Yeah,
you're
you
not
don't
what?
wanna sell out.
No, you're not
you
selling
don't want to
out.
sell out,
no,
Magic Mike. You don't
no.
want to
Yeah,
sell
'cause
out.
no one does
No,
21
man.
Jump Street when they're in their 20s.
No one does
Yeah,
21
that's
Jump
not
Street in their
selling
20s,
out.
when that's exactly what 21 Jump Street was about. It was about older guys going into a high school as undercover
Like
police
selling your
officers.
journals.
Fucking bitch.
If you didn't know who the fuck I
You're
was.
right. We'll sell your journals for a real non-seller. 55 Or, sorry, 52.
6.
51. I don't know. It doesn't matter at this point. I don't think so.
Yeah, Karen Cole, you're absolutely correct. He always sounds
You're right.
normal, even in the videos that
Hey,
she plays.
At least I didn't do like a TV show where I was heartbroken in my 20s. God, that would be.
At least
like,
I didn't do a TV
embarrassing.
show where I was a
If
heartthrob in my
only I was with
20s.
someone in their
I
50s
think that's
that
kind of
could
every
set up
actor's
for me.
goal. That's a success.
You play a non-sexualized object. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. You're right. You got me. You got it all figured out.
You don't even know what movies I've done.
If only I could
You
be
haven't
like
even
you.
taken an interest.
If only I could be
You know,
like
but I had to
you. If
watch
only
your
I
fucking-
could be like
I had to watch your fucking.
Oh my
direct-
God.
trying to like
You're a joke.
spew
You're
out
a
the fucking
joke.
lines.
You're a joke. You're a joke.
Yeah, I'm the joke in the industry, Amber. I'm the joke. I'm the joke in the
I'm
industry.
sorry. I can't really hear you. I'm sorry. The
Man.
reruns of all my bullshit are playing too loud for me to hear you. I'm gonna just go and pedal my way back. Sorry. I can't hear you.
Aquaman.
Aquaman! I like that. See, that's like the meanest thing he said during this whole thing. Ooh,
Who
Aquaman.
cares?
That mocking laughter really freaking triggers me.
Washed up piece of shit. Washed up piece of shit.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
And he's calling himself a washed up piece of shit, not her.
Your jealousy's so tragic.
I'm sorry.
Your jealousy's so tragic. Fucking like
I can't hear you.
thinking that I'm going on a road with a
Turn
band.
on my aid. I can't hear you.
Man.
You told Mr. Depp to suck your dick multiple times, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, shoot. Crap. I messed that up. What was our timestamp? Like 2:20 something. See if we can get right back where we started, but I doubt it. Shoot.
Every man does.
Right at the end.
Go.
But the one thing I talked over one of the best lines I've heard in the trial yet. Johnny Depp. I just love the way Johnny Depp talks sometime. At one point at the beginning when she was just kept saying, suck my dick, suck my dick, suck my dick. He says this line that I really loved. I liked it so much I wrote it down. I want nothing to do with your fucking midsection. I just really like that.
Run away. I know it's hard to
You're
look at yourself.
fucking ridiculous clown.
It's hard.
Luciano Matos, no super chat yet. I'm not monetized. I still need about 3,800 viewing hours.
Fucking breath. And you got everybody out here almost full, but it
You're
don't
right.
last
You're
long.
right.
I've
I'm
been here a
sorry.
lot longer
You're
than
right. You got it
because
figured out.
you don't have.
Oh my
Figure out what you have. to
God, that's
offer.
horrible.
But you're right. I mean, hey, at least I didn't do like a TV show where I was heartbroken in my 20s. God, that would be like embarrassing.
Oh.
If only I was with someone in their 50s that could point that out to me.
Ugh.
You're right. When you play a non-sexualized object. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. You're right. You got me. You got it all figured out.
I don't even know what movie's up, Dom. You haven't even taken
She's so mean. God, it's just horrible. I mean, just the mockery, the mockings. I mean, that's an unhinged woman. That's a sadly beaten down, desperate man who is just he's had it. There's nothing left. There's nothing left for him in this. And he says that at the beginning. I want out of this. I don't want to be here anymore. I mean, if I'm seeing this wrong, somebody tell me, because to me that's exactly what it looks like to me. Is just a guy who's been kicked so many times. He just doesn't have any desire to get back up again. Where she's just being just being this condescending bitch. It's rough to watch. I can't imagine what it's like for him to watch through this again. Let's move on to the next clip. This is a line of questioning where she claims that she was. Oh, we got one comment here. Deja, I am from the Hollywood scene, worked there my whole career, and had a super famous. Let's bring this up. My eyes are too bad. I'm old. It's hard to be super famous. They have isolated lives. To be betrayed by the ones you trust is so sad, but happens all the time. There, yeah. I had a good friend who was a fairly well-known script writer before he passed away about 10 years ago, and he kind of basically said the same thing. Yeah, and Smooth Luna says he helped all the mates, family, the freeloaders till the end, and people still say he's kind. And so that actually segues into this. Like I was saying, this is the section where she claims that she was never the initial aggressor. She always hit him in response to violence. This is her lame testimony in this regard. That
Which happened in Australia, when he was choking me, but I wouldn't say I was the initial aggressor in that situation.
You got physical with Mr. Depp often during your relationship, didn't you?
I had to defend
Let me
myself
bring
as
that up.
best I could. Didn't seem to make much of a difference.
You just couldn't control yourself, could you, Miss Heard?
I tried to defend myself when I could.
Notice how she doesn't
but
answer
it was
the
after years
question.
of not defending myself.
Can we please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 356? And Your Honor, portions of the exhibit were entered into evidence yesterday, but we moved to admit the entire recording. And I can confirm that there's no other voice.
We've heard bits and pieces of this recording, but this is the whole recording.
From 1:29:27 to 1:30:07.
So I have 356A in evidence. Is any objection to the entire 356 coming into evidence?
If I may.
Okay,
Hold on just for a
sure.
moment, Your Honor. I have to check on something.
Try to fast forward this without skipping a lot of the testimony.
That's you and Mr. Depp on that recording, correct?
That's correct.
And you told Mr. Depp, quote, "I can't promise you that I won't get physical."
Oh,
Quote.
look at me. I'm being an idiot.
Which happened in Australia, when he
Shit,
was
sorry about
choking
that.
me, but I wouldn't say I was.
I
the
should just
initial
leave
aggressor
things
in that
alone.
Situation.
You got physical with Mr. Depp often during your relationship, didn't you?
I had to defend myself as best I could. Didn't seem to make much of a difference.
You just couldn't control.
This has been a
yourself,
long
could you,
trial,
Mr.
says Prima Facie.
I
Frustrating
tried
as
to
fuck,
defend
but
myself
with
when I
occasional
could,
moments of joy when she's
but
busted her
it was
lying
after
arse off.
years
And that's
of
what
not
we're getting to.
defending myself.
We're gonna hit a couple more and
Please
then
pull
call it a
up
night.
Plaintiff's Exhibit 356, and
I mean, it's just
Your Honor, portions
there
of
were
the
so many of these
exhibit
things
were
that triggered
entered
overnight.
into
I mean, it
evidence
just
yesterday, but we moved to admit the entire recording.
this thing brings my blood
And I can
pressure up.
confirm
Instead
that
of
there's no other
enjoying it,
voices
it just makes me
besides
angry because
Ms.
it's
Heard's
so
and
over
Mr.
the top
Depp's.
abusive.
And I intend to play from 1:29:27 to 1:30:07.
So I have 356A in evidence. Is any objection to the entire 356 coming into evidence?
If I may.
Okay,
Hold on just for a
sure.
moment, Your Honor. I have to check on something.
I just have to stall to make sure this isn't going well. And let's see, we've got the
Which one is the one that has?
do. This is got the Mario Brothers song running through my head.
One that had something in that couldn't go, and I just can't find my notes on
All
it
right,
right
we'll just call it 356B for now.
That's fine.
and
Thank you,
then
Your Honor.
Could you just give me the times again?
Yes, of course.
Sure.
1:29:27 to 1:30:07.
All right, and I'm told that we already have a B, so we have 356C.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, let's play this recording where she is never the aggressor.
I promise you I won't get physical again. God, I fucking sometimes get so mad I lose it. I can fucking promise you I'm,
do everything to change. Promise you. I'm not gonna throw around divorce. I will not say divorce unless I leave, unless it's it. And then I hope you leave me. I'm not going to, and me too. I will leave you. It's fair. I can't do it, you know? And I think, honestly, if we hold each other accountable to that, it's fair.
Ms. Heard, that's you and Mr. Depp on that recording, correct?
Mhm.
That's correct.
That's
You
correct.
told Mr. Depp, quote, "I can't promise you that I won't get physical," end quote, correct?
That's correct. He was
Mm.
accusing me of instigating something in the situation I explained yesterday.
And you also told Mr. Depp that sometimes you get so mad you lose it, correct?
That's correct. I also explained the context
Mhm.
of that fight yesterday.
Isn't that exactly what you told Ben King on your way back from Australia? That you get so mad you lose it?
Absolutely not. I know that that's what Ben King testified to, but I never had that conversation with Ben King.
If we could please
In the
play.
meantime, I'm sorry.
She never does anything wrong. And
Objection to the entirety of 356 coming
So
in.
356 in its entirety will be in evidence. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
everybody's
Please
pointed this
play
out.
from what's now
She
been admitted.
Never,
Plaintiff's Exhibit
never
356
admits to
in
doing
its
anything
entirety
wrong.
From 705 to 743.
I'm not gonna be in a physical fucking altercation with you.
I'm not going to be in a physical fucking altercation with you, is what he says.
Then don't.
You fucking hit me last night. You fucking.
Or how the other times you split.
See, he's like, you fucking hit me last night. She says, well, what about all those other times you split? You know, what about all those other times you left?
Come on, you cannot act like that's about that. It's
Well,
not.
we're on a plane. I can't split.
Yeah,
No,
I'm on a
don't get
plane.
that.
I can't
Don't
leave.
Act like you don't fucking
I
participate.
pushed you.
Now, she said, yeah, you hit me too. He said, no, I pushed you. To me, that's self-defense. She's attacking him and he pushes her away. That is perfectly acceptable self-defense, unless I hear something to convince me otherwise.
I'm not going to get into the details of that fight. You and I both know that you split when there is no physical violence involved. And that you do it like at the very beginning of fights these days. And
He leaves at the
split
very
and
beginning
you
of
go into
fights.
a different room and you don't actually leave that house. It does nothing but perpetuate the fight. And you don't actually do it respectfully. You don't.
Ms. Heard, is that you and Mr. Depp on this recording?
Yes, it is.
Can we please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 343? And I believe that one's been admitted already into evidence.
Yes, ma'am.
Charm Superior, what's happening
Thank
in
you.
court today,
And
please?
just for
More
the
direct
record,
examination
we're playing from 24601
for Amber's witnesses.
to 24720.
I said to Travis. I said to you. Hey, tell Travis what just happened.
Oh, you told me to do it. You told me to. You said, go do that.
I said no. Tell him what just
And
happened.
I lied.
And that you punched me in
You're
the
right.
fucking thing. And
You figured
in
it
the
out.
face. And you said, no, fucking, I didn't. What the fuck are you talking about? And I
didn't
watched
punch
you
you.
lie. And then
I didn't
said-
punch you,
and
by
then
the
I-
way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I didn't
This is the famous I didn't punch you, I
hit you
slapped you thing.
across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you.
Yeah.
Babe, you're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You know.
I'll
you've been a lot
never
of fights
understand
for
this.
A long time. I know. Yeah.
No,
I'm
you
not
fucking
hitting
have
you.
those-
I'm not
didn't
punching
get
you, I'm
punched.
hitting you.
You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not fucking deck you. I fucking was hitting you. I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you.
Yeah, you're
I
fine
was
and not
hitting
hurt you. That's what she says for all of these times when he was abusing her. Oh, I didn't feel any pain. So maybe he could come back and say, well, if I was hitting you, you didn't feel any pain, so you were fine. I mean, this is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. These are
What am I supposed to do? Do this? I'm not sitting here bitching about it, am I? You are. That's the difference between me and you. You're a fucking baby. You are such a baby. Grow the fuck up,
Did you start
Johnny.
physical fights?
I did start a physical
Yeah,
fight.
you did. So I had
Because-
to get the fuck out of there.
Yes, you did. So you did the right thing, the big thing. You know what? You are admirable.
ugh.
That's you and Mr. Depp on that recording, right, Ms. Heard?
That's correct.
And you said you hit Mr. Depp, right?
Yeah, I had to hit his body to get
Ms.
him out
Heard,
of the door.
my question was, you said on that recording that you hit Mr. Depp, right?
Yes,
God.
I did.
And you accused him of being a baby for not wanting to be in a physical fight with you, right?
Incorrect.
Liar, that's exactly what you said.
Complaining about me hitting him when he was trying to get through the door. I was trying to barricade.
Because he somehow was like she was trying to barricade the door, and so she slapped him, and she's such a liar, and her explanations make no sense at all. All of her explanations are somehow she was defending herself against some action that's never been proven, so therefore she can haul off and hit him. I mean, does anything on that video sound like a guy who's trying to break into her room? He's trying to get out. That's what this whole thing was. He's like, I want to get out of here. I want to go. I want to get. She's like calling him a pussy. And now she's saying that she hit him because he was trying to force his way in. That makes literally no sense. No sense whatsoever.
368. And again, Your Honor, this is a recording of just Mr. Depp and Ms. Heard. I'm going to move for the entire exhibit to be moved into evidence.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult to quit at this point. I mean, you would have to have some pretty exceptional circumstances to get permission to quit at this point in the trial.
It's a shitty law. Anyway, I opened the bathroom door when you were knocking on it. After a few times I opened.
This is where she's talking that she kicked a door and smashed him in the head with it.
It just kept going. You just kept going.
He moved the door. So I guess he opened it and her toes got caught under it and scraped a little bit. So she hauled off and kicked the door into his head.
And then I accidentally, I swear, when I was trying to close the door, I guess it scraped your toes. I didn't mean to do that. And I bent down, and you either pushed or you kicked. I think you kicked the door open. I mean, the door, more open, so that it would hit me. And it hit me.
I didn't mean to. I didn't know
It
that.
hit me in the fucking head.
But I did not mean to do that.
She did not mean to kick the door into his head.
I did not do anything to her. I did not kick a door or push a door so that it would hit you. I did not. I swear.
I just kicked it. Your
That's
face happened to be in the way,
not
but I
my
didn't mean for the
intention.
door to hit your head.
I remember when the door scraped my toes, I reacted, but the door thing, I remember, I never did that. That wasn't on purpose.
Nicole, I mean, at the end, that's kind of how she was. I mean, Elaine at the end was defeated. By my calculations, in the last 30 minutes of her redirect of Amber Heard, Elaine got in 5 or 6 questions in 30 minutes because she was just manhandled by Camille.
And then I stood up, and then you fucking clocked me.
I remember hitting you as a response to the door thing.
I remember hitting you as a response to the door thing.
And I'm really
Everything has a
sorry about
response.
Hitting you with the door or hitting your head. I did not mean to, nor.
You didn't mean to hit me in the head with the door, but you meant to
I didn't
punch me in the jaw.
Yeah.
I meant to hit you, and I did not do this thing with the door. I do remember. I did mean to hit you.
So that you didn't mean.
Yeah,
The
I didn't mean to
door?
kick the door
No,
into your
no,
head, but I meant to
didn't.
punch you in the jaw.
In the jaw.
I didn't. Okay, I'm sorry. I hit you. I did mean to hit you, but it was in response. I just reacted.
I did mean to hit you. She just says it right there. I did mean to hit you. It was in response because my little toe got scuffed. When my little toe gets caught under the door, I swear, I scream, I say mother effer a lot. I don't just punch the closest person in the jaw.
In response to my foot, I just reacted, and I'm sorry. It's below me.
Your foot? That was why you punched me.
Yeah. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I.
Again, that's you and Mr. Depp on that recording, right?
Mhm.
That's correct.
And Mr. Depp was hiding from you in the bathroom. Isn't that right, Ms. Heard?
Incorrect.
Well, Mr. Depp said on that recording, I opened the bathroom door when you were knocking on it. Doesn't he?
I don't know if he said that, and I didn't hear that.
And
he
Mr.
said
Depp
that.
said, when I was trying to close the door, I guess it scraped your toes. He says that, doesn't he?
Correct.
And
He's
then
trying to close
you
the
kicked
door.
the bathroom door into his head, didn't you?
No, I didn't. And I
then you punched him in the
defended
jaw.
myself in that audio. You can hear it for yourself.
Right. And then you punched him in the jaw.
I also did not do that. I tried to make that clear on the audio tape too,
So-
in futility.
So Mr. Depp said, you meant to punch me in the jaw, right?
Are you asking me what he said on the
Yeah.
on the recording? Yes, he said that.
And then you respond, I meant to hit you, didn't you?
As I explained yesterday, I was trying to get him off the door,
And you said, I remember, I did mean to hit you.
meaning the door. The door was on my feet. I
You've heard
reacted
this-
instinctively to that.
Now, you've heard this audio before, haven't you, Ms. Heard?
Yeah, we've already had this trial before.
Yeah, it was played for you when you were deposed in 2016 in connection with your divorce from Mr. Depp, wasn't it?
That's one of the times I've heard it, yes.
So you've had plenty of time to think about how to respond to this recording, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Oh, you
Let's
prepared
take
your
a look
answer.
at
That's
how
what she
you responded to
means.
it the first time. Can we please pull up what will be marked Plaintiff's Exhibit 1261?
All right, this should be the last one. Then we'll move on to the last one I want to hit, where she's caught in a bold-faced
The next thing that
lie.
I'm gonna play to
Your Honor?
you,
Okay.
as cue.
All right. Oh, if you want to come?
Ugh. Legal advice is what happens if it's a hung jury. All 7 have to be unanimous in this case. That's a thing about Virginia law, I guess. So if it's a hung jury, I guess we do it again. But I don't think Johnny Depp needs to do this again. He's come out pretty good, I think. Yeah, Dave says I got so annoyed with AH that I slapped my monitor. I was actually having trouble sleeping last night because I went to sleep after the lunch break which finished about 3 a.m. here, and I didn't get to sleep till about 5 because I was just angered by the whole thing. All right, well let's skip ahead here to the part where she gets caught in an absolute lie. I think it's pretty amusing. This was about her.
That way, right?
This was about her going to the court to get her restraining order, where she says that she was alone. Nobody knew about it. She didn't want this to get out. She was trying to get a hold of Johnny to tell him before somehow it leaked out into the world.
Restraining order against Mr. Depp. You walked out to, quote, a sea of paparazzi and cameras, right?
That's correct.
You testified that you were surprised to see the sea of
Yeah, she went in alone with her publicist. She didn't want anybody to know about this, but she took her publicist with her to get this temporary restraining order. And she was so surprised when she came out because there was a flood of paparazzi, and she denies knowing anything about it.
cameras
That's correct.
because it was quiet when you went into the courthouse that morning.
And the divorce had remained under the radar up to that point.
Nicole, he
You
says
testified that no one knew about your divorce, so you thought it was going to stay that way, right?
No, I always figured it would come out. I just trying to buy time.
it's strange watching
You knew
liars
the
spin
media had
things.
been
Yeah.
alerted that you were filing for divorce, right, Ms. Heard?
No, I just knew that it was impossible to do that privately. So you could just hope it was a matter of time. when
You knew they
filed.
were going to be there, didn't you?
No, I did not. I
Your
mean,
publicist-
I assume since it's a public building that there's that likelihood, or not likelihood, but possibility. But I was shocked.
She was shocked.
Your publicist,
There was
Jody
paparazzi
Gottlieb,
there.
was there at the courthouse with you, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
So you anticipated that you might need your publicist?
I thought the filing might make, well, I was told the filing was public, that it would be impossible. There's no way for you to do a private filing. And
This
then
doesn't have
something
anything
that
to
I
do with
filed
it.
for the
Whether it's public
TRO,
or private, why do
it
you
would
need
be
your
public
publicist to
use.
come there? Your
I
publicist's
didn't
job
expect
is
all
to
the photographers and
publicize things
cameras to
about
show
you.
up at the courthouse in real time, but they did.
She didn't
Please,
expect them to show
pull
up, but they
Plaintiff's
did.
Exhibit 1280, which is a clip from your divorce.
I love this.
deposition, And you have at page, if I can alert you.
I don't know
have the
why she
transcript
needed a
there,
publicist
page
at court. That's
74,
just stupid.
lines 22
You said
through
874?
74,
74.
line 22 through 75, line 13.
Mona Lisa says, I can't type this morning. I was trying to say, imagine how Heard was seething on the stand and not being able to spew her mindless word salad. Yeah. Camille did a great job of
74,
telling her to shut up
line
and answer the
22.
question.
Through 75, line 13.
Now she's about to get her ass handed to her here. In response to her statement that she never told anyone about the TRO filing, or the divorce filing. Sorry, it wasn't the TRO filing. I've been wrong. This was her divorce filing. She didn't want anybody to find out about it, so she didn't tell anybody. And except she brought her publicist to court, and somehow she was surprised that there was that there was a paparazzi there, a sea of paparazzi, she said. She didn't expect it. She didn't want it. She wanted nobody to know she was getting divorced from Johnny Depp, which I think is just a crock of shit. Bring up a couple of these during this little bit here. It's so obvious she studied psychology for the role of victim she's playing. Beatrix, if she studied psychology for this role, she didn't do a very good job of it. To me, this is like the popcorn shooting one lie after. Yeah, they just dismantled her statements one after the other. And Camille did such a great job of being prepared for basically all eventualities. If Amber answers one way, she's prepared. If she answers another way, she's already prepared and got things going. And the legal team that's sitting in the second row, those guys are the workhorses. They're the ones that are doing the research. They're the ones that are pulling up the evidence. They're the ones that are preparing things so that she just has to reach back and get her response to whatever's happening next. My question is, why didn't she use one of the other exits where the press is not allowed? Gee, why do you think? And we're about to find out, because she's going to fuck up on the stand in her deposition. What about the DV about X? There was a couple of questions about that, and she made up some stupid answer. And
If we could please play and display to the jury Plaintiff's Exhibit 1280.
Ms. Hurd, did you send a text message to Jerry Judge on May 24, 2016?
I love this.
Telling Jerry Judge, quote, I'm desperately trying to reach Johnny. It's extremely important. Please tell him.
I remember sending the text message that is in front of me right now to Jerry. And I remember sending this because I wanted to tell Johnny or have him told by Jerry or someone who knew him or was close to him. Basically, I didn't want him to find out online. I had or was about to file, or I had already.
All right. Again, she's just trying to get hold of Johnny to tell him that she's filing for divorce. And she's not even clear if she has filed or was ready to file when all of this shit went down. She doesn't want him to find out online. She doesn't want him to find out from other places. She wants to tell him first before somehow it magically leaks out into the press and people find out. She doesn't want him to find out before she lets him know.
Divorce. I wanted him to know verbally. So I was trying to reach him through a third party to tell him. When I say reach, I'm specifically saying I would like him to know information.
All right. Now, if you haven't seen this yet, yeah, Deja, this is right. She said she has no idea how to contact TMZ, no idea how to tell the paparazzi, and how she snuck into the court basically at night, hoping no one would see it. She was going to file the papers at the bottom of the stack so it wouldn't get out until the next day. So she was desperately trying not to let anybody know, and she doesn't even know how to let people know. But watch what she says and watch her holy shit, I just fucked up reaction.
Coming from me, or coming from Jerry, from me, so that he finds out about the divorce filing or my intention to do so from some other source other than TMZ, which was alerted.
Boom! Look at that fuck up. Oh my God. Look at that. I mean, that is brutal. She's just spent the last 5 or 10 minutes explaining how it could not have been her, how there's no way she could have done this. She doesn't even know how to do this. It's impossible for her to do this. And then watch when she says TMZ, who were alerted, and then she says, oh, fuck, oh, shit. And then she tries to pass it off as wiping her eyes. That was the only honest reaction we have seen from her since this damn trial started. That was the first honest expression. That was the only thing you're going to see that's authentic about her, was that expression of going, holy shit, I just fucked. She does that. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Oh, I'm tired. She got nailed.
Or have him told by Jerry or someone who knew him or was close to him. Basically, I didn't want him to find out online.
Watch this.
That I was about to file, or I had already filed for divorce. I wanted him to know verbally. So I was trying to reach him through a third party to tell him. When I say reach, I'm specifically saying I would like him to know information.
Here goes.
Coming from me, or coming from Jerry. From
2,
me,
1, boom.
so that he finds out about the divorce filing, or my intention to do so, from some other source other than TMZ, which was alerted.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm tired.
You slipped up there, didn't you, Ms. Heard?
Yes, you
Let it
did.
slip out that TMZ had been alerted to your filing of the domestic violence restraining order, didn't you?
I disagree. That's not what I'm talking about.
That's not what she's talking about. She got totally busted. And I hope to God that it's understood by the. I mean, we know what we know. We have the ability to sit and analyze these things, talk amongst ourselves, go out and look at what's online, look at people's comments, look at the law tubes. Look at the jurors don't have this. Assuming they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, they're not going to have a chance to talk about this even with each other until this trial is over. And what are they going to remember? They haven't had these opportunities to analyze this, and it freaks me out that some of this may not sink in. But I think it was interesting that they put Amber on the stand, and then they've gone to a bunch of these other boring witnesses probably for the next few days. I thought that was strange that you'd want your star witness at the end, but now that hearing her testimony and hearing her devastated on cross-examination, I think that Amber's team put her at the beginning because they want the jurors to sort of forget this shit by the end of the trial. Wow. That's really the only clips I wanted to get through today. Like I said, I've got to get ready to head on over to Andrew's stream over at Legal Mindset. But tomorrow we're going to do like the last 30 minutes or so of the trial. I mean, of the cross-examination of Amber Heard, where she just gets her ass kicked. Elaine just gets her ass royally kicked by Camille. As I said, I think I wrote down there was 5 or 6 answers that she was able to get out in 30 minutes because it was just one objection after another, and she got her ass handed to her. Like some of you were saying, at some point she just, we don't have any more questions. She gives up. Maximer says that is why Elaine wanted so much for only the audio to be played. You are absolutely correct. I mean, that her body language was done. That was, oh fuck. There's no hiding that. There's no denying it. There's no other explanations. What came out of here and what she did were absolutely condemning. Amber Heard, born to lie. Yep. Well, this shit was wild. She hard reset to just fucking lying about it. Yeah, and that's the default. Well, no, that's not what I said. And you don't even have to argue. Argue about whether she did or didn't do it. Camille just keeps going. You got caught. No, I didn't. Well, fuck off. Let's go to the next question because we all know you got caught. The last 2 days were bad for her. I think the last 2 days were absolutely devastating for her. Absolutely devastating. She was a young, stupid, foolish druggie that wanted some fame and money. Now she's older and had to stay on script. You're absolutely right. A lie detector would have imploded. I'm waiting for the DUI guy's reaction. Yeah, that'd be interesting. He was in there today, and I haven't got a chance to see what his second day reaction was to all of that. That's going to be interesting. That's what I'll probably do a little bit later or tomorrow. There are 9 jurors, 2 to surface. No, there's only 7 jurors. 7 jurors are going to be making the decision. For some reason, there's only 7. There's 7 jurors with 4 alternates. And I think we're down to 3 alternates because someone had a hernia. That's good. I like that. Oh, gosh, guys. Hey, it's time for me to take off for tonight. Thank you for this quick little impromptu thing. It was great. I just had all this pent-up stuff in me I had to get out, and it was worth it. Join me for the same time tomorrow, and we'll go over the last 30 minutes of the cross-examination. If there's anything else exciting that happens, we'll talk about that as well. This is great. Head on over to Andrew over at Legal Mindset. Hopefully he'll have me on in the next little while once he gets up and gets running, because he's the goat. I'm the note, or whatever the opposite of the goat is. Thank you all again. You guys are awesome. Take care. See you same tomorrow. Enjoy your legal vices and keep on trucking.